the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be it. Complete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett rolling to his left. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Pickett sets up play action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. John Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Hill. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Play action. Now it's Tua out to his left. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Dolphins at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Steps away. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Mostert. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Tua going to throw. Forced out to his left. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Pickett. Finding Harris over the middle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. On play action, they'll throw. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On second down, it's Snell. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Pickett back to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And his throw is incomplete.
Rough incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
The Steelers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Pickett. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Pickett now on first down. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. But Charles, you know, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you've got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
Ready, 45, wide. Trouble, 38. Ready.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get him down here at the 23. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Now Hill to return it. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Tua, a final shot before half. Sliding out of the pocket. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They'll roll him out right. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A run with Mostert up the middle, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert, and he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 27. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
10 cycles. Ready.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Montrevious Adams able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 28-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Off play action, Pickett on the move to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, here's Tua, rolling to his left. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. After the turnover, it's Tua. Out to his left. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Second down and goal. Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll buy some time right. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Pickett going to bootleg it. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pickett will look to throw it here. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pickett right back to the air again. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Pickett, flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Here's Pickett. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. They fake the handoff. Now Tua rolling to his right. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it is 42-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10, it's Pickett again. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on 1st down. It's brought in by Harris. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll throw again with Pickett. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws.
He's got a man, complete. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mostert will score. Touchdown, Miami. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season. And those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Pickett backed up into his end zone here. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Pickett. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Completes this one to Pickens. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're going for it. This is Harris. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a 1st down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action, now it's Tua. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Tua on 4th down. Sliding out of the pocket. And going deep for Hill. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
One final shot for Pickett. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football.